Hello there. It seems that the narrative is changing from "we're all doomed because of Brexit" to "it would be better if we'd voted to stay." Remain supporter and former Tory Treasury Minister Lord Jim O'Neill has said that the UK should prepare for an optimistic 2018 because global growth is going better than predicted, reports the BBC. Talking to the BBC's economics editor Kamal Ahmed, Lord O'Neill said the gloomy predictions of the possible effects of Brexit could be dwarfed by the likely upgrades to the UK's growth rates. He also said that he had not changed his mind over Brexit and said that the question now is how much better would we be doing if we'd elected to stay in the EU. "I certainly wouldn't have thought the UK economy would be as robust as it currently seems," he said. "That is because some parts of the country, led by the northwest of England, are actually doing way better than people seem to realise or appreciate. As well as this crucial fact, the rest of the world is also doing way better than many people would have thought a year ago, so it makes it easier for the UK." So, is this what we'll now be hearing from the Remoaners? OK, the economy's not tanking, we're doing OK, but if we'd stayed, we'd all be living in mansions by now and driving rollers. That won't get the Remain or Rejoin side very far, will it? But what it does indicate is that the fortunes of the UK are nowhere near as tightly connected to the EU as Remainers would have us believe. And with some judicious nudging in the right direction, the UK will be humming along quite nicely, thank you very much. In a break from normal convention, a serving officer, General Sir Nick Carter, the Chief of the General Staff, has been given the go-ahead to make a speech at the Royal United Services Institute tonight, highlighting the need to keep up with our potential adversaries. He is expected to highlight also the increasing capability of Russia and say that potential military threats to the UK are now on Europe's doorstep, says the BBC. And speaking on the BBC Politics show at lunchtime, the former head of the Royal Navy, Admiral Lord West, said, "Certainly it's extremely unusual for a serving chief to even talk about threats. But for them to talk about the need for more resources, I haven't known that in my 52 years in the Navy. I mean, this is extraordinary." The first line of duty for a government is to defend the country and its people. And as the old saying goes, if you want peace, prepare for war. But successive governments have viewed the armed forces as some sort of piggy bank to be raided for their next set of vote-grabbing policies, while they make the excuse that the USA can do the heavy lifting, or that we can abdicate to the EU the responsibility of defending our land, people and international interests. The establishment was too eager to listen to the siren calls that there was no longer a threat out there that warranted full military capability, and that what threat there was should be dealt with cheaply by handing it over to the EU. Defence could be not only cut to the bone, it could lose limbs too, went the mantra. And then you can spend all that money on grubbing around for votes. Now we have a resurgent Russia, proving that we do need a full conventional and nuclear capability. The government should listen and start seriously increasing the defence budget, and while they're at it, make sure that the armed forces are shaped to properly defend the UK's interests, not those of the whole of Europe. The Telegraph reports that KPMG's latest annual survey of global growth potential has ranked the UK in 13th place, which places it above Germany, which has dropped back 2 places to 14th. France did not even make the top 20. KPMG said Britain maintained its ranking despite the uncertain future of its trade relationships, and there is everything to play for to move the UK higher up the rankings through the government industrial strategy plans, reports the Telegraph. Now a quick plug for Jacob Rees-Mogg. His first of a fortnightly series of podcasts was recently published on YouTube, and you'll find that video in my liked videos below. worth listening to, especially the bit about the function of the House of Lords with respect to the EU withdrawal bill. Now, I know from my canvassing and campaigning that there are many shy Brexit voters out there, people who support exiting the EU but would not want to make their views public. And now people who would not engage with me prior to the referendum and who I had pigeonholed as Remain voters say quietly to me that they voted to leave. They also have no remorse for doing so. Most of these people are in that wonderful silent majority that the people of the UK are so famous for. But with that silence comes the risk that opponents see this as a weakness of resolve or of a disinterest, or worse, that people have changed their minds. But as Lucy Harris points out in an article in Brexit Central, most of these silent Brexiteers are only silent because of the anti-Brexit prejudice that can be found across the media and establishment. So it's no surprise you might not want to come out, she says. It's not helping that sections of the media keep pushing the lie that Leave voters are racist, even when polls and research have shown again and again it's not true. In order to try and get Leavers to break their silence and so increase the Leave decibel level, she last year founded the Leavers of London, which is a cross-party support group for Leave voters to encourage them to leave the Brexit closet. For more information on this group, please visit their website at leaversoflondon.co.uk. But the really disturbing thing about all this is that a winning voting majority feels the need to hide their views from a minority for fear of verbal abuse, the sort of thing I get in my comments section from some of these sad Ramona trolling losers. Or maybe worse. What do you think? Please leave a comment below. Thank you. Please do like and share this video. And also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.